What is up, my legends and scholars? Today I want to talk about over optimizing. So I know a lot of guys, mainly men, who they're always doing something. Like they're always like, I gotta wake up at 5:30 a.m. I gotta eat only ground beef and eggs. I gotta run 6 miles. I gotta read this book, not because I enjoy the book, because what the book will do for me. And it's just like, at the end of the day, it's why. Like, what are you? Usually, I'm asking them like, what are you optimizing for? Like, these are good habits, don't get me wrong, but it's like when it's the only thing you do, all you do is I'm optimizing my life, I'm life hacking, bro. I'm like, but for what? And usually the answer is like for dating, for their business, like for money or for self improvement. And I'm like, all right, but like I'm not saying it's bad. It's definitely not bad. These are good things to have. Like, but it's like that saying, like everything. What is it? Like everything in a little, even a little bit. Fuck, I'll think of it later. But god damn, it's like like what happens when you get to that thing? What happens when you hit that $100,000 a month goal? What happens when you're 100 kilograms lean? What happens when you get that perfect girlfriend? Because then like we're humans. Like realistically, at the end of the day, like no matter what we get, like we convince ourselves that once we get it, we'll be happy. Well, we're never really happy, are we? Like honestly, like think about it. Like have you ever bought something, or you really wanted to save up to buy something, and you somehow convince yourself like this is what I'm missing. This is what's gonna make me happy, and then you get it, and then it's like after a week, you're like, oh, like I'm like I was like a 10 out of 10 happy when I got it after I got like my new fucking iPhone or something, but it's been a week and now I'm like, oh, this kind of I'm just back to normal now. Once you achieve the goal from your optimizing, from the life hacking, from the biohacking, from the work maxing, it's like what happens? What happens in the end? You're never going to be enough. And then once it happens, I've seen this happen. It's like full on crisis. It's like I've done all this shit. I did all these things, like promising myself that I'm going to make myself happy, and I didn't. I achieved the thing. I achieved the thing I said I was going to do, and now I'm not happy. It's a very American way of thinking that if I start off at point A in my life, if I just work hard and I achieve point B and get to point B, then I'll be happy. It's like, well, I don't know. Happiness isn't really the in the goal. It's it's in the journey, as they say. But no, but seriously, it's like you gotta, if you're grinding yourself to do a process and like you're doing stuff that you don't even really like fucking drinking AG1 for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and and reading Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO while listening to Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO, and like running marathons and doing shit that like maybe it'll help you in the long run, but like if you're honest with yourself, if that doesn't make you happy, then like why are you only doing things that aren't making you happy? Like you got to have some balance here. I think a lot about like those Italian dudes. Like there's like that picture, like that Italian guy, like who's like 90 years old. He like basically he's on the beach every day. He's got like that tattoo, tutto passa, everything shall pass. I'm like, I think about that a lot. I'm like, damn, why don't I just do that? Like that guy is infinitely happier. He's old. He's got like a sick life, and he doesn't have much. He doesn't have like the $1 million a month job and the and the Armani suits. I don't know if Armani suits are cool anymore. And the and the Porsche. And he doesn't have the material wealth. His wife is probably old as well, and like his kids are probably like out on some rat race. But he's satisfied. He's comfortable with his life. All he does is things that makes him happy. He just smokes cigarettes and eats pasta and drinks wine. That's such a good fucking life. And it costs him next to nothing because he's in Italy. Maybe I'll make a video later about how Americans, like there's a loop of like Americans really, doesn't matter how hard they work, they want to live a poor European life. But regardless, it's like you got to find a balance of, okay, I got to do things that optimize my life, but also I got to do things that make me happy. And if there's an intersection there, then fantastic. Do things that optimize you and make you happy. But like putting yourself through hell and like everything you do, it's all ego. Like everything you eat, you're not eating it because you like it. You're eating it because it does something. Everything you drink, same thing. It's not because you like it, it's because it does something. Stay away from wine. That's bad for you. Stay away from cigarettes. It's like, nah, man, like I like it. I like a nice cigarette every now and then. I haven't smoked in 11 months. I've really just done cigars, but that's more for health reasons. But damn, like I haven't cut out all the things that make me happy just for the sake of, bro, I'm on my grind set. I'm gonna achieve generational wealth. It's like, all right, cool, but like a life not worth if you're not enjoying your life, then it's not a life well lived. You know what I mean? It's like, god damn, there's so many dudes that are optimizing just to optimize. You're going through the motions. You're like, okay, doing this shit. Gotta get the bread, gotta get it somehow. Like maybe you didn't have it at one point, but like, what happens when it all goes away? Sorry, I hate to break it to you, shit happens. Shit happens all the time. You should know that by now if you've been around, if you've been an adult. But like, you should know, like, the business fails, you get hit by a car, you break your arm, your girl leaves. Shit happens. And if you don't have something to like fall back on, if you don't have something that makes you happy, if you don't have something that genuinely just gives you joy, like it doesn't even have to be like I'm happy. Like, no, just something that's like, okay, this doesn't add to me. This isn't really, I'm not calculating the ROI here, and I shouldn't have to. I do this for me. And when those things go, and they might, I'm not saying they will. I really hope they don't. I really hope you live a perfect life, but you need to have safeguards of like, okay, that happened. You know what? I'm gonna play like some video games tonight just to cheer myself up. I'm gonna play some extra. Or you play usually like 30 minutes a night. Just before going to bed. I'm gonna play a little more. I'm gonna watch a good movie that I haven't watched in a while because, yeah, I need something that I know that brings me joy, and I want something that brings me joy right now. Listen, the human condition, it's not like, we're not static. It's not like, okay, I'm staying here. I'm in this mindset forever. Nothing can faze me. It's like, okay, stoicism's cool. Don't get me wrong, but you know what's even cooler than stoicism? Like being happy with your place in the world. Being happy with your place in the world and being like, okay, I like where I am. I'd like it more if I go somewhere else. If I achieve that and it goes away tomorrow, I'm glad I enjoyed it. We try so hard like to hold on to things that, that build our ego, our health, our business, our relationships, but we try so hard to hold on to them that eventually it just destroys everything around it. And we get destroyed because of that. So yeah, like what's fucking left, man? If I'm being honest, it's like, damn. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but unfortunately some guys just have to learn that lesson the hard way. And, sometimes I've had to learn that lesson the hard way. I was working a 9 to 5 for like a year and a half. I was waking up at 6 a.m., going to the gym. Why? Because it made me big. Not because I enjoyed it. It's not like that was the time any of my friends were going and like we could hang out. It was like, no, I was going there because I wanted to, because the podcast told me to. I work out, I take a cold plunge, sauna and cold plunge after the workout. Why? Because I was told to. Because it does something. Not because I enjoyed it, but because like, this, it makes me better. And then, get ready, go to work the 9 to 5. Didn't really have a problem with the 9 to 5, but, we could talk about that later. And yeah, and then come home, like listen to a podcast like on the way home, and like not something funny, not like, Joe Rogan or Shane Gillis and Matt McCusker. It's like, no, it's like, how to optimize yourself even further. Then make me feel good. Get home, it's 6 p.m., it's dark outside, and, make food, not because I'm going to enjoy the food, but because like, okay, it does something. It's got this amount of protein. It's got this amount of whatever. And, read like a book that's like, not something I enjoy, not like, I've been reading the Dune books. I enjoy those, not like Kipling, not like, like some cool, like Harry Potter, whatever. No, like reading like, some guy's biography or learning like, how to sell, how to this. And then, yeah, it was just that. And then go to sleep. And it was just that, like, from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, it was just optimizing. And not like for a reason that I was honest with myself for. It was like, it was doing it because I was told to do it. If you want to be as successful, whatever. If you want to achieve your goal, whatever, do this. And it just, after a while, I just got burnt out, and then I got burnt out, and then like the life crumbled around me, you know, girlfriend left, you know, lost my job, you know, fucking like, you know, like didn't have an apartment, was like, you know, like going from couch to couch. And yeah, and then it was like, fuck it. Like I did all of that. It didn't make me happy. I didn't do anything that made me happy. And now I'm here. And, you know, that's when I just decided I needed to change. You know, I needed a change in my life. And I needed to, you know, find the things that made me happy. I had to do something not because like, you know, like, oh, this will work out later. Oh, let me go here. It'll be great content for my Instagram. You know, oh, let me, you know, like eat this food. Like, you know, like it'll make me 1%, not even one. It'll make me stronger. Nah, I was like, okay, let me eat what I want to eat, do what I want to do, go where I want to go, achieve freedom. And honestly, like once I achieved that, and then like, you know, like I went a little off the rails, you know, I overcompensated. But once I achieved that, like rediscover the things I enjoy doing, you know, like watching a good film, watching a good television show, reading a good book, going on a walk. I love walks, man. I'm a dog. But, you know, you're listening to something, listen to a podcast that I'm like, I enjoy this. Listen to, you know, like good rap music, like finding the things that I like to do really put some perspective back in my life. And yeah, it's just I just hope you don't fall down that same trap that I did. And if you are in that trap, like just slowly like integrate things. Like it doesn't have to be immediate, but like I don't know, like on the weekend, like, you know, like go to a coffee shop, like, you know, don't bring your phone, don't bring like, oh, I gotta do something. I just enjoy a good cup of coffee. If you do, you know, get a fucking milkshake. Who gives a shit? You know what? Like, don't beat yourself up over it. Like, do the things you want to do. What's the point of living this life over optimizing if, you know, if you're just gonna do it? Like, what are you gonna be, Cristiano Ronaldo? You know, 40 years old, you know, billionaire, still like eats salad 3 meals a day. Like, you know, okay, for $200 million a year, I could probably do that. But damn, bro, I don't know. I don't get it, man. You just got to learn to just be easier on yourself, honestly. Chill out. You know, that's the message of this video. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.